Morning guys, Bondo here. I am up in Redfield working on my little garage shed, whatever you want to call it. It's 16.8 by 32 deep. Going to be a door on each end here. 10-foot door in the front, 8-foot door in the back. I'll try to take you along on this build. I am using rough cut lumber, so it's kind of a little different for some people, but this is hemlock. It was actually they were 2x12s, and I went to the Amish and they didn't have the right length 2x6s, so they just sawed me some 12s in half. So that's what we're doing. It's nice and dry too, so that's good. I mean, it doesn't hurt that if it was green. There is some green stuff here on the trailer that I got from them. These ones here were, you know, that you could tell they're more green than them resawed ones. You could tell they're resawed, but they'll be a little nicer, the resawed ones. But we're gonna build this thing. I'm pretty much up here, me and my buddy Roder by ourselves. And I got pretty much everything set up. Got my nail gun, air compressor. I'm just gonna build the walls at like 10 foot and then one 12-footer in the middle. So it'll be a 10-footer, a 12-footer, and a 10-footer to get my 32 feet. And then the ends will be for the 16.8. Stay tuned. Gonna be cool. I'm excited. Get to do something for myself for once. All right guys, I got my first wall built. It's like 9'9", so not too big. I think I might be able to stand it up by hand by myself, but I'm gonna give it a try. If I can't, I'll use the excavator. I got a 12-footer in the middle with a window in. I'll probably use the excavator for that one, but I think this one I could just stand it up, so I'm gonna try to put you on a tripod because, like I said, I'm here by myself right now. See if I can get it to stand up. If not, if it's too heavy, I'll grab a Yanmar. Grab the Yan. Alright guys, that wasn't too bad by myself. Pretty tall. I wanted to put 8-foot doors in it, so I built the walls so that it's going to be, the garage is going to be 10 foot from the floor up. So I'm just going to put a bunch of screws in the bottom and screw it down to the sill plate. That way it won't move. Alright guys, I got my second wall built. I'm going to try to stand this up with the excavator without dropping it, so stay tuned. I'll get you a little closer. Well, that worked out okay. I just had to turn the excavator so I could back it up a little bit, stand her up. Bro, we got her, huh, bub? We got her. Ball number 2. This one had a window in it. Kind of want some light in this garage, so I put a nice 3x4 window in there. That should be sweet. That should let a lot of light in. I'm just gonna hook this down, put some screws in it. This is what I'm doing with the screws, putting like 2 screws by every stud. 2 Torx head screws. Got a holder. Got my third wall built, guys. It's 12:20. Doing pretty good here. This one I should be able to just stand up by hand because it's not as long and it doesn't have any window in it. There's a lot of framing in them windows that makes it heavy, so. Okay. Got a long wall here built. Yeah, a view of it. This one here, this long wall's got a doorway and a window in it, so it's gonna take a little longer. But I should be able to have these 2 long walls built easy today. Simple. Not simple, but looking like it's gonna happen. We'll just stand it up and then we'll slide it over once it's up. The side hill are open. I swear, once you get over there, got a window in there. One more wall on the long side. Alright guys, last wall. Gonna get it up there. You stay. Sit. Well guys, that's what I got done today. It is 5:30. Just had some pizza. Got done about a little after 5. Quarter after 5. Still got some lumber left, but I might need, I don't know. Might need a little bit more, I'm not sure. Got to build these end walls. They're gonna use up a few studs. Well, that's what she turned out like. I gotta brace it up a little better before I leave for the weekend, that's for sure. Stay back. Come on. Ciao. Well, that wall's in. Alright guys, it's Monday. I got some helpers today. Got this wall built. I stood the back wall up yesterday by myself. Probably seen that on video. That was Sunday. I worked over here all weekend. Got all the walls up. Built this wall this morning. Needed to grab a few sticks of lumber from the house that we had used for concrete. That one. A couple over here, those gray looking ones. We'd actually used them for concrete forms before, but they worked out just right. So this wall's all built. I did insulate these headers. There's foam board between them. They're 6 inches wide, 2 inches on each side of lumber, and then the 2-inch foam. The boys are putting purlins on here right now. These are 2-inch purlins, so they're gonna flush it up with the outside of the foundation. So my metal's gonna come right down up over here. Put a rat guard on the bottom. That's the game plan. We're screwing these on. We got a crap load of screws, and they seem to hold a lot better. For the purlins, that's going to give it racking resistance. So I got a ton of them left over from the season, and the heads are getting kind of stripped. So we'll use them up where they don't have to ever come back out. The game plan coming along really good. Jason's here helping on the other side. We did his concrete for him this year. He's giving me a hand with this, doing a little trade deal. So that's that. I'm going to stand this wall up with the excavator. We got the excavator pushing on that wall a little bit to keep it square. Alright guys, this is where we're at right now. Pretty good. We just got to put a top purlin on there. Got our top plate all on. Wall's all built. The doors are all boxed in through here. Like that. Windows are all boxed in. Come out pretty sweet. Nice little building. She ain't no pole barn. Way better than a pole barn, in my opinion. Right, Ro? Way better than a pole barn. Me and Biscuit are putting trusses up on the little building. What? We got time. I have my car now. Hold up. Let me get you straight. There, now curl out. Here, curl all the way out so it gets pinched in the teeth. Nope, not quite. Curl out. I'm gonna restart. You want to film? Stand right here and hold the camera. Alright guys, here is what we got done tonight, me and Biscuit. We got all the trusses up here, the metal trusses. Got them upside down because we don't have the stuff to brace it and all that today, but so we got them all up there with the excavator as you've seen. There's 10 of them. We're gonna build the gable ends. So there's gonna be, these will be stick built, these ends here, out of 2x6, so it can be insulated. And those are pretty much where they're gonna be. They're on 34-inch centers. And I'll show you how we put it all together. We're gonna be back here tomorrow morning working on it. Stay tuned. All right guys, this is what we're up to today. Got the whole crew over here and we're putting up these metal trusses on my little garage here in Redfield. So we're just flipping them up right now. And that's how we're doing it. We're drilling holes in the bottom right here. This. We're putting some, these, I'll show you what they look like. We're putting these timber links in there, 2 of them. And that's what's holding them up right there. Working pretty good. Working pretty good. Mike and Dustin are squaring up our purlins. And we're gonna put purlins across the metal this way, and then we're gonna put rafters on there. And I wanna expose these trusses. I wanna see them from inside the building, so that's how we're gonna do it. Stay tuned, I'll show you what it looks like when we get these stood up and get a few braces on them. All right guys, it's not even noon yet and all our trusses are up. We got a bunch of purlins on here that are bolted on. I'll try to get over there and show you what that looks like without falling here. This is how we're doing it. They have these holes in them. And then over here they got like 4 holes. So definitely overkill, but we're just putting bolts in every hole. That's how we're doing it. And it's just stiffening this building up tremendously. So I went to Tractor Supply and you can buy bolts in bulk. So we're just, that's why we did a 2x10 so we could use all them bolts. The square goes that way, yep. So that's what she's looking like. We got 2 rows here. There's gonna be another row here of 2x8. Then there'll be a 2x8 on the bottom. And then we're gonna put rafters this way on top. And we're gonna put foam board in between here too. 2-inch foam board, so should be super insulated. But things are going really well. What's wrong? She cross-threaded?
Yeah, just a little bit.
And we're going to cut these off after flush. Once we build this wall and plumb it, we're gonna build this end wall, get it plumb, and then we're gonna screw down in here or nail. And then we will just zip these off. We'll snap a line and cut them off, and we'll build ladders for our eaves. Because if we run these long, we put a 2x6 on top, we're gonna have to add, it's gonna add 2 inches to our gable ends. And I don't want that. I don't want 8-inch gable ends. I want 6-inch gable ends. So with our 2x6 rafter, it's gonna land here, and then there'll be a ladder hanging out the end. Shaping up into a pretty nice day. All right guys, we just went and grabbed some lunch. Coming back, this is where we ended. We got all our 2x10s up and bolted in to our rafters, our steel rafters. That's kind of what it's gonna look like from under here. Looks pretty cool. Now we're gonna put some 2x6s across that. We're gonna cut this pile of 2x6s here, and that's gonna be rafters on top of these purlins. We're gonna run them this way, and that'll create our overhang. But first thing we gotta do, which is what we're gonna do today, is build this gable end up in here. Gotta build both gable ends and get them framed off. So we got an insulation cavity. That's how we're gonna do that. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, guys. We got all our prunes on. We got our gable ends all filled in. And she's looking good. We're done for the day. Tomorrow we would be putting our rafters on. But before we do that, we're gonna put foam in between here. Every one of these, boom, boom, boom. Fill it in with foam. Rafters going down. Yada, yada. That's how we're gonna do it. I gotta figure out how much foam I need. So I gotta pick that up in the morning and then head up. But everything's good. We ain't gotta worry about nothing moving. It's got 1,000,000 bolts in it. It's got about 240 bolts in it. That's all these bolts here. There's 240 of them. As I counted them out at Tractor Supply. But I'm getting down. Nice view from up here. There's the river. All right, guys, we're back here. Today is Friday. I'm putting my foam board in. The boys are down there ripping it. Can't really see them right now, but I'm being careful because there's frost on these. There's frost on here, so we can't really walk. So I'm just snapping down my foam, and that's how the foam's gonna lay. Then the rafter's gonna go on top of it. Right?
Sure thing.
That's where we're at right now, guys. Got some rafters up on this side over here. Got our foam in. That's how we're doing it. We're gonna put insulation. I probably already said it, but we're gonna put Roxel in between here. Here's where we're at, guys. We got half the roof done. It's about 11:30. We're putting our foam in on this side. This side finally starting to dry out. This is how we did it here. Now we got room for our Roxel insulation on top of here. It's gonna be super insulated, just like everything I build. But that's how we did it. We're gonna get these other rafters in. We got a pile of lumber there for rafters. We got some over here too. So we're eating up the lumber. There's a lot of lumber in this little building, the way we did it, but it's pretty cool with the with those trusses like that, the metal trusses. They're definitely a good way to do it. I'm pretty happy with the way it's coming together. Real happy with the way it's coming together. It's gonna look really cool from inside the building. Ripping that foam. I got these ones wicked long, but we're just gonna cut them off after. Not bad for a bunch of rock scratchers. Chris said that. He goes, we're just a bunch of rock scratchers. Being Masons, we're rock scratchers. I had to laugh. That was funny. That's hilarious. Rock scratchers. That's what we're doing, guys. Pop the foam. And we are going to put our next rafter in. Next set of rafters through. Getting her there. Good view from up here. Not as good as this way though, with the river. Okay guys, what we're doing now is building our ladders, our eaves. We got 16-inch eaves here. So that's what we're doing right here. We built them on the ground and set them up here. And we left our ridge board long, which ties it in right there. But that's how we're doing it. This end's done. Now we're gonna do our back side. Say hi. Say hi. Look at Ro. Is he helping you? Ro, you helping?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's kind of lazy sometimes, that dog. She's looking good, guys. Once we're done with our ladders, we're gonna snap lines down these eaves and cut all them long tails off. And we could put our fascia boards on that. And then we are in good shape. That's what I had planned for today. So we are en route to get that done today. Smash your finger? Something went underneath my finger. I smashed the heck out of mine. I smashed the heck out of my finger. My hands are in rough shape right now. She's looking good though. A little tiny wiggle in the ridge beam, but not too bad for rough cut lumber. What's Dustin doing? Heading to the pooper. There he goes. Into the outhouse. The gopher. Putting the last ladder on. Put this one on. Bunch of rock scratchers. Trying to build a barn here in Redfield. We got one carpenter and 5 rock scratchers. Right, Ro?
Supervisor.
Yeah, one supervisor right there. With his tail, with a wagon. We just got to cut our eaves off. And then it's going to be Miller time, I think. Biscuits just banging out the end of that. Just got to get down so I can figure out the eaves now. I'll climb down. We got a ladder here. Where's the ladder over on that side? On this side? Oh, Jay's on it. That lean ladder? You on that lean ladder?
These 2 Merlins caught ready to go.
Oh yeah, we gotta put them in. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna jump down with you while they put them in. You and I'll figure out these eaves. How we're gonna cut them. That's what the eaves are looking like, guys. They're 16 inches out. Right now it looks like they're 18, but putting that 2x4 on there makes them 16. That's what caps it off. You can see the foam right there. That purlin's gonna cover up that foam. That's gonna be a nailer for siding and stuff. Nails, I got some. I got 1 rack.
Lowering it down to him and he's handing
I'm filming, man. I'm filming. I gotta keep that YouTube going, you know? Whoop, whoop. Oh, it's gonna look nice. Those nice 16-inch eaves. Sexy. Right, Ro? Sexy. We like it, buddy. We like it. She looking good. She looking good. Looks good, guys. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. What a nice looking building. Yep. Well, how'd I do, guys? That is not too shabby for a rock scratcher. Yeah, I did okay, huh? I just gotta trim this little tail off here with the Sawzall, but that's not hateful right there, huh? You look down this roof. She is pretty nice for a bunch of rough cut lumber.
good with all your other ones. Tell you right now, this rafter here is fucking way fatter than the rest of them for some reason. Like it looks like it's really nice on planes, and then that one sticks up.
You keep missing. You're right on the edge of the board. The middle one too.
As soon as he turns the camera on, I'll know what the hell. First, we got an OSHA-proof ladder here. OSHA-proof ladder.
Half of it is.
Half the ladder.
Stay standing on the top rung.
Half the ladder.
Jay's got good balance.
So, you want to go with these two flush, and then we'll right here pry it up. Right here, if I eyeball just straight down the roof, it looks laser flat. I like it. But yeah, but that ain't gonna work on that end.
You got to pull that end down.
Yeah, that ain't gonna
So
happen.
you got to
But
lift it up
these
and then pull it back
three
down.
studs, they're all thicker than all the rest of them, or something. No. They're not. Not the higher they are. You look down the whole roof, these are sticking up higher than everything else.
Just sitting up on it.
Just sitting. This board right here might be thick.
That's more likely.
Yeah. Now we're gonna have to pry it up.
Keep your hands back. All right, what's getting pushed up? I can do that. Whenever he is ready.
Keep going right there. Yeah. You got a problem with that. Very. Yeah. Stop that end and you know what it is when he pries
When I
up.
push up, it pushes out a little bit.
Yeah. I'll get a little rip.
Yeah, reach.
This is the board we've been looking all day for.
The last one.
I can just about take that
So gotta go up, or we good?
a little bit. Yep. Take that right out.
You gotta beat that in.
Hey! Yay!
I declare happy hour.
Happy hour! Happy hour!
All right, guys, Bondo here. It's Sunday. I'm up on the roof. I got Rockwell R23 insulation. It's the stuff for 2x6s, and there's 8 bats in each container there. And I'm putting it in here. That's what I'm doing. Just putting it in between these rafters. And tomorrow I got a bunch of 5/8 plywood down there in a pile. We're gonna put that 5/8 plywood up here after, and then put some ice and water guard down, and that's gonna be how this roof is done. So got your foam board and your R23, so, and it's gonna be cathedral in there as I showed you with the metal trusses. So that's what I'm doing today. Pretty nice day. It was cold this morning, about 33 degrees when I got up, so I kind of waited, ran to the box store to get some of this stuff with the dump trailer. I got a bunch of it. Takes quite a bit to do this whole roof, but it's gonna be nice because it'll be all insulated when I'm done. I won't have to worry about it. And we're gonna put a little wood stove out here. It's gonna be like a hangout area during the winter when we're snowmobiling and stuff. So there's the view. Nice up here. Morning, guys. It's Monday morning. Me and the boys are over here. I stayed the night in Redfield in the little cabin, and we're putting plywood down. It did rain last night, so my insulation got kind of wet, but this Roxwool doesn't, it won't mold or nothing, so we're just gonna slap the, we waited till the sun come out so it wasn't slippery, and we just started putting the plywood down, finished up the insulation on this side. See, this side's still a little wet because the sun's on the other side of us, so we're gonna start on this side, but we're gonna try to get it dried in today. We got Gophers down there, Biscuit. I got Jason Potter here helping us, and we're gonna get this thing dried in today. That's the game plan. We got some ice and water guard So we're gonna insulate this side, plywood the rest here, get it all plywood, ice and water guard the whole thing, and we'll be ready for our purlins. That's the game plan. I got plenty of plywood, I have extra, so I'm gonna make sure I didn't run out up here. So that's that. Enjoying the day. It's gonna be a nice day. It's a little late morning right now. It's probably like 10:30, 11. It takes a little bit to warm up here right this time of year, so everything's slippery if you try to get up here too soon. So that's how we played it out. Stay tuned. I'll keep you posted on how things go. It's like 1 o'clock, guys. We are gonna take some lunch here in a minute. We were just putting in a couple more pieces here. We just used up some scraps on the top. Just cut these 2 pieces at 24 and then just put our 3.5-inch strip in there just to save plywood. We got 1 sheet of plywood left over, so we didn't waste nothing really. And that's that. We're gonna clean the roof real good after lunch with the leaf blower and sweep it good, and then we're gonna put our ice and water guard down. Then we're dried in. That's gonna be nice for today. We might put a few purlins on, but loving the view up here. Look at that. But yeah, little cabin. All right, guys, we're putting a product down called Blueskin, Henry Blueskin. And we got enough of this to do 3 rows on each side, and then we got a different product because my supplier didn't have enough of this to do the whole roof. So we're gonna do like 3 passes of this on both sides, and then we'll use that other kind. The other kind's good, but this stuff's really, really nice. Just smoothing it out. Make sure it's stuck down good before you walk on it. I don't think it's gonna move, but
So you want to staple it at all? Or?
if it's sticking good, you shouldn't have to, but I would have somebody doing just what he's doing. This guy's from the bottom. It's kind of...
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna make it slide by no means. So that's gonna dry her in nice, guys, right there. Is it sticking good, Jay? If it ain't sticking good.
You might want to leaf blow the roof before you try sticking the next one.
Okay.
Just quite a bit of dirt on there.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I might walk it in really good.
Alright, guys, we got her all dried in now. That's what she looks like. We use this product to finish up because that's all we could get. But I do like this a little better. It's got some this blue skin. It's got this reinforced, almost like reinforced plastic. It's like a weave in it. It's really good. Wicked thick. This is a nice product too, but definitely not as nice as this. I think this was more money though, but I got a deal on it. My supplier had a few extra rolls, 3 extra rolls. So we're just trimming the edges of everything. Looking good. Looking good, looking good. Dustin and Jason are cutting purlins down here. We got some 2x8s. We're just ripping in half to finish up the last couple of purlins. But she's dried in. I'm a happy man. Especially it's almost November. Good to get this done. All right, guys. Me and Biscuit and Rotor are up here in Redfield. There's the view. We are putting our vent screen on our cabin here, or our garage. Basically what we do is we put just a drip edge on here. I had this made, and then we put this vent screen on here. I also had this made at a metal shop, and this is 3/16 based whole metal. It's just carbon steel. It's not stainless or nothing, but it's got a 1 inch right here. It's like 3 this way. Well, let me double check. Might be 2.5. Hold on. Yeah, it's like 2.5 that way and 1 inch this way. We hang it over about 3/4 of an inch this way. And that lets air up in there. And I'll show you what the next step is after we put this on. So drip edge first, hole punch metal, and then I'll show you the purlin detail. So what I'm doing now, guys, I got these
These are sawed at about 5/8 thick. Got our vent screen down here. They just sit right in there. And this is gonna create our airspace right here. Air is gonna come up through the vent screen into this roof assembly above the roof deck, above the ice and water guard. And that's gonna vent right up through and out the top. That's gonna keep our building a lot cooler. So, Biscuit's cutting some boards. These up too. And we're putting them right down. That should finish this side, right?
Yeah, I think that's one extra.
That's one extra. That's how we're doing it. We're just zapping them in with the nail gun. And that's what she's doing. We're just banging them in. Just like that. We're hitting stud underneath too. I'm gonna do this with my wrong hand here. That's how we're doing it. Banging them in to the stud underneath. And then we're gonna put our next row of purlins on. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit. Wave. Okay guys, me and Biscuit just had some lunch. It's like 1 o'clock. We got all the purlins on for the airspace. Now we're gonna put our purlins going this way. And the guy that does the standing seam, it's gonna look just like that right there. He wants the purlins on 1 foot centers, which we did the same thing on the cabin. So that's what he wants. It's 26 gauge metal. So that's what he requires for his standing seam. So we're gonna put every 1 foot, we're gonna put a purlin all the way up to the top. And with that vent screen, that's what lets the air up through. This is 5/8 gap here is our airspace. If that makes sense. Air is gonna travel right up through the blue, right up to the top. Keep the metal cool and everything. So that's how we do it. Biscuit's cutting my first board right there. Yeah. These boards are a little thicker. These are about 3/4 inches thick. So this board's gonna lay just like this. Get that in place. There. That's how that first board's gonna be. Then all the way across, and then every 12 inches. And we're gonna nail that up really good with ring shank nails. We got these ring shank nails right here. That's how we're gonna do it. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you a close-up of everything. Biscuit's cutting me a purlin right now. So this is the drip edge. Just wanted to show you that close-up detail. And we screwed these in. Screwed the drip edge in. You could nail it too if you wanted. Okay guys, just banging away at these purlins here. Getting them nailed up. Biscuit's cutting. I'm nailing them, just nailing them. Kind of like this. At an angle. I guess corner to corner, I mean, not really at an angle, but corner to corner. Tacked a bunch up here. I love nail guns. How would we build without these things? I used to. Not anymore. Ain't nobody got time for that. I pity the fool that rips this roof system apart if they ever have to. It's not gonna be fun. Not at all. Oh, I missed one. Yeah. Comes more. Biscuit's got more. He's sticking up here. I gotta grab them and get them in. Well, guys, it's 4 o'clock.
and we're done. We got it all done. Ready for standing seam metal right now. You can see how that creates that airspace. There's a screen vent that goes up here on the top that goes on top of the standing seam, but under the cap that lets air out. I can't really show that to you right now because you got to get the metal on first before that goes on. That goes on under the cap, but on top of the metal. But that's that. It's made out of that same material. It's just a Z-bend. And that's that. Pretty happy to get this done. This all dried in and ready for metal. Because I am going hunting out in Missouri, so I'll be gone for 3 weeks here pretty soon. And I wanted to have this ready for my stand and seam guy. Gonna get it done for me while I'm away. It's gonna look just like the cabin. Black. It's nice to get that black metal off the roof deck because it'll stay a lot cooler. This building won't get super hot. It's got a lot of insulation in it, as you can tell if you watch the video on how many layers there are to this roof. It's got a lot of layers to it. So a little overbuilt, but ain't going nowhere. Thanks for watching. Hey guys, Bondo here. I am at the Redfield camp. I'm up on the roof of my garage here, and I can't believe how much I just shoveled this off last night. And man, there's a warm breeze here and all the snow melted. There's a little bit of ice down in here and a little bit here, but I'll tell you, for the most part, this was covered in snow last night. But we have a little warm spell, so my stand and seam guy's here. He's got that trailer. It's got his machine in it, and he's gonna make the pans, and it's gonna look just like the cabin over there. Same thing. It's gonna look just like that. So I'll do this video. You'll see exactly how this whole roof comes together. But this is the final step here, our stand and seam. We got our vents in and everything that I did that before I went hunting out west, which was like early November. So we're into the mid-December right now. So we're about a week and a half away from Christmas. So that's where we're at. So we got a little break in the weather, and we're gonna try to get this stand and seam on here. We're gonna probably take 2 days to get it done. So that's what we're up to. I'm really pleased with how well this melted off. If you could have seen, there was snow in between all of these last night. I stayed here into the dark shoveling it off, but just that warm wind is really helping us out. I thought we were gonna trap a bunch of snow in there and have to kind of let it melt, but I think we're in great shape actually. So stay tuned, guys. I'll show you how this all comes together. There's his standing seam machine, guys. Basically, there's a coil on one end of this thing. I'll show you that, and it runs it right out onto that tray. And it's got a shear on the end that just cuts it to length. I'll show you the other side of it. It's pretty slick. There's the coil. Actually, the shear's at this end, guys. The shear's right there. So he puts in the length he wants, pulls it right off the coil, bends the pans right out, and it cuts it to length. Pretty slick. Runs off that generator. They're putting drip edge on right now. I'm gonna give these guys a hand today. Get it done before we get a bunch of snow. Yeah, I got a little snow pusher for the Whacker SM120. I'm not gonna try it out today because there's not much snow, but this is a little bit wider. The bucket's 41 and this is 48, so this is gonna be slick, I think, because this thing is an absolute beast in the snow. It is basically like a little darn bulldozer. I'm just messing around. I bought this yesterday on Marketplace, so just hooking it up to SM120. We're working on the roof still. I'm kind of cleaning up. They're making trim right now, so I don't really need any help. They're on the backside. Me and Ro are up here. Hey, buddy. Right, Ro? We're up here in Redfield. It's a little bit wet and messy up here today. That's what it's looking like, guys. We are just putting the pans on, and this tool here, it just folds it. You just push it down all the way, and it crimps the leg over. Sets over top, and it just smushes it underneath. And then these clips go every 2 feet. Got those clips on the purlins, and you put one screw in the top like that, so the pan can never slide. There's our vent screen, but I'll show you how that goes in after. That's how we're doing it. Looking sharp. He preps the panel, brings it up. We hand it up. James putting the clips on it. I'm crimping it down. We're moving along pretty good. I think we're gonna have at least definitely half or more today. It is a short daylight this time of year, but we'll get a bunch of it done for sure. Probably at least this side and maybe part of that side for sure. Rowan's over there helping Scott with the pans. He's prepping that pan. Rock and roll, baby. That's just regular drip edge. Just screw it on. A little bit left here. Rock and rolling, guys. Rock and roll. Drip edge is all on. We are ripping. Alright guys, it's 12:30. This is where we're at. Looking really good. That side's all done, of course. That's making up pans. Nice view up here. Almost done, guys. We got 3 pans and the finishing pan. 4 pans left. He's got it all run. Sure good. Alright guys, this is how the top vent goes. That's the vent screen there. The cap goes over it like that. You put screws down into it to hold it. And basically it vents in between here, right here. The air comes up and it goes down and out because it comes through here, these channels that we made. And you got your bottom vent. So that's how it's done. You just zip them on there so it doesn't blow off. Okay guys, here's the bottom vent. As you can see, it's letting all that air in the bottom. Right underneath here. Goes up in between this air space under here and goes to the top vent like I showed you. So now you got no ice damming ever because there's no heat ever gonna get up here on this. There's always gonna be cool air underneath your roof assembly, and it vents. If it ever gets moisture in it, it vents to the top. That's how we do it. Then your fascia tucks under this drip edge that we put on here, the first drip edge. And then this is just regular drip edge that you can buy at the box stores. That there, that covers up the vent to start with. And then that hem bends over it. This bends over it, crimps right around. That's how we do it. Alright guys, it's 3 o'clock and we're just buttoning up the roof. James is up there crimping the last leg over on it. And I've just been cleaning up. And almost beer 30 guys. Gotta pick up the tools and stuff. Looks really nice.